Assalamu alaikum bade wono ngammo be konton wato nal konton wala anal bade manon Suleiman Jam na channel auto mengira Politiko Bantaba momo ben follow kan na YouTube channel auto is subscribe ya share ya like.
So guys, Nabi Kacha is about the Ministry of Information. Nabi Kacha World. Ministry of Information. Nabi Kacha is about Ministry of Information. Na kibaru miliyaron ko na wala suru nanjela karola. Ibe cool mel kekan ibe ferol melto ka Gambia na fulota ka talanyo tema dron ibe ferol make to create businesses among themselves because yalon lako Barona time is almost coming to an end. So some of the things of the mentioned is, I mean, left a Kanaka all for Gambian Kuri. Now, farm local last week, Minister of Information and Broadcasting under Minister Dr. Ismail Sise. Now, farm local, he left the creating an app. They call Disinformation and Misinformation Center. They call it Lokana Welo. But that disinformation and misinformation, that misinformation and disinformation center, I understand any more deal can the person have already created the app. So left a program into ka single source, ka single handed cigar, ka dio marrying now. That is what exactly they want. They want a single source to an individual. Il a plaka asika purka dio wala purgo damai purgo ko yinta. Ya samba Minister of Information. Sorry, ya samba GPPA, Gambia Procurement, Gambia Public Procurement. Kabili ya samba je. Wala na attend loko no at a single source la no. Wala attend loko at a single source la no. They have to tender it. They have to publish it. Yeah, publish pour molbe nyaaje. That is what wali wala foi. Wolko ko al nyanda kam dula aliya publicize. I got public tendered. Other companies also can apply. Other companies also can apply. Or I have a restricted tender. So Niamo is restricted tender, all of you to go. If I'll follow like a company tombo, I'll follow like a company tombo. Maybe let's say company Nani, you're like quotation or someone. If you bring that company now, you're like quotation or someone. La qualification give di wala. That is one of the ways you can name. Or restricted tender, maybe albala tender you mutala like in a way me ya lonko mol me ya lonko will ba apply la. Abakolala buluba abakolale buluba kelo. Pusa apply mo nyame. But all because they are targeted. It will left a kadi moment na puka meso contract with Medina. So, Kamamole minamu disinformation and disinformation center ni mealo ikobaye la minamula intentional. Iko because government is doing a lot of issues. Government be do ko jamala kikang, but government efforts ni media buka ofintindi. Iko media buka ofintindi. But what exactly is the main quarter? Because there is a bill in the main finance to the parliament, and I believe GPU, Gambia Press Union, is buttoning Kalamale, because I understand go you belong in detail for another for study, but it's there. So what they want is all in the go, after Kajo sign, Masakunda on the counter below the Banco Kanjam, Masakunda on the counter Tonya Jam. Any Kumo for the Gambia look against the government. Itolu, Ibo Mutalale ya wrong, Ibo Mutalale ya I highlight as a false information. It's like so Mazakunda Doro, la Kamodo Nebelola. Another Mazakunda Faniafo, Mazakunda lo Fania Belola. That is exactly what actually they want. Another Mazakunda from Faniafo, Fania Belola, but Nimbanku do Toya for Toya in the boiler. That is the plan in the main court. That is about the social media bill. The social media bill may along go iba prepare come put a table before the members of the parliament are the intentional monkey to silence the people. That is their main intention, no? What am I main intention? Hamza. That is their main intention. The main intention of Mura Malti. How if a bank do silence no nyami, if a bank do deal no nyami. But again, a better than a baby movement rolling into ko. Kana banko kodo ta ka suya nyoe ka tala nyoe because Barrow government is coming to an end. They are coming up with such kind of projects. They are coming up with such kind of projects. Gambian Benyon Tembol Science Center. Fufu roll the care. Fufu roll the care in Banko as we are speaking. But Nimbe Diamukang. Some of the people, especially Mol Melialongo, Tolfeko, Wolle Karanta. These are the main people. These are the people Melialongo, Wolle left a Kanyim Banko Tardendi. Mol Melialongo, you feel like these people are patriotics. You feel like when you Mol Melialongo, they have love for the country. Be Wolle Mol Melialongo, a left a law, Kanyim Banko Tardendi. And I want Gambian people to understand this. You mafia ya be, you corruption women baby caring. You tilimba ya baby caring, Masakunda kon. Ita nya be wala, but you still want that government to stay in power. Then ita fanandabe tilimba ya kon. So, Minister of Information, elanying disinformation and misinformation center, me ya lonko ilaftaka start, ilaftaka ele, ya sambale to GPPA purka single source. Kasika kabedi mo kilomala. But GPPA atandila lako no at a single source la no, they have to open a tender. So mbesi la mbe tender button la mba jibela for ba populist la for that populist la whether it's going to be restricted tender or it's going to be public tender. Mbelef la mbesi la ko fona la moy. Fo be kala pata kala. Neatra for example sign. Because na debitol na sometimes when people talk about debitol lako, you know, yes, and I be like, yeah. I told like a Kodo approved for all these ministries. But the ministerial day, Kodo left a car pundum pantam nyame, car pundum pantam nyame. Ni nata. Even if you don't have the numbers, but we want to hear your voice. We want the world to know what these people are doing. And again, kunu na forget, $50 to $80 million Alabama very soon. Ibo fanantala, iba approve like court working as subventional the media household. $50 to $80 million Italia Fali, Alasafe. Eko kana so-called subventional the media household. And eko kana minela because they are doing new media accreditation. Eko kana new media accreditation wala. Kana wala fana. All this one simple ministerial benyon kokoba. Wala Dr. Ismail system the ministerial men ngakon kayaka. That is what is actually happening in this country. That is what Ismail Sisabe Menyaton Kayakanja. And the ministry Menyaton Kayakam, that ministry is the one Mayalon Kulabin Bill. The social media bill, this information and misinformation center. And then I am not saying I mean if these things are things Mayalon Banco Marker, this should not happen. But the way they are doing it and the intention why they are doing it, that is my problem. If Neatara, for example, these are things they will benefit the country and it will create fair balance to everyone. I don't mind about that. But the Benin Beki is to silence the Gambian people. The Benin Beki is to embezzle our money. I mean, I want the ministry to come out and say, let them come out and say, disinformation and misinformation, I mean, Fongome Yasama GPP, ya rejected. GPP are rejected. And the GPP advised them, Kafuko, Yamurundi, as a public tender or a restricted tender. The disinformation, the social media bill, right now, GPU, if you ask GPU, they have the bill. But I don't know why GPU is silenced with this bill. Because that bill, the way they made it, I'm telling you, a lot of media houses are going to die. And the new media accreditation they cannot amend is all going to be segregation. They cannot media household register. The new media accreditation they cannot amend. Accreditation they cannot amend. I am telling you that new media accreditation they cannot amend is going to start about media household segregate. They just want to know. They just want to have few media houses in their hand for those media houses to do propaganda for them. That's all what they want. They are not looking for anything among propaganda. That's all what they want. Propaganda. Using our public money to do propaganda. Using our public money to do campaign. Using our public resources to mislead Gambian people. That is what exactly they're doing. They are not doing anything now, They have no other plan now, to embezzle our money. That's all what they want. When we are talking to Gambians, how we are coming together, people will say, look, but let's call a spade a spade. No fokang, or didn't project Melialongo, didn't project because never going to get off. If I send the party Melialongo, everybody knows because they have no numbers. But because Melekata, it will left a Kajako, or party will fence secure in a coalition so that they can be members of the parliament in their various areas. But Anatara, for example, it will party owner a coalition or they cannot secure some of those places. It's better than it's not that they love the country. It will left hype. They are not only looking for hype. They are not looking for hype drum. One lie as if we all know where the truth lies. It's time by time we'll confront the water from you. It is a political party or mayor's election or mayor's election or imam mole on the blood. It is a political party or mayor parliamentary election or imam dibidol no blood. Only few places in the world during the last parliamentary. It is a party or mayor during the last council jang. Council sip me from council sipti. Ya council only few places here like council yakodono. It is a you want to disrespect people. But I told the patio, Ibe patio mento. Cabinet time join take what was their agreement with those people? What was their agreement with those people? Time 2021, Cabinet more joined the what was their agreement with those people? Let's call a spade a spade. It's now time for us to speak. It's a quotum activism. It's a quotum banco candidate, but you don't want to speak the truth. You are only looking at your own personal interest. Banco with difficulty, you don't care about that. But you only want hype. It's a quotum you are a pan-Africanist. It's a quotum Tonya Fasa. It's a Muntonya Fasa. You're telling us coalition is about numbers. But you feel you are an educationist, you are a real activist. I believe you must know the history of coalition all over Africa. Tell me one country all over Africa, may I go in a coalition, small party, I mean a big party and those a small party. If you can give me one country in this world, I can tell you UDP is going to join UDP. But I'm also small parties. Small parties, a big party to go and endorse small party, wherever, even countries where they go 50 plus, Bangkol Melialong go 50 plus 1, let's call it a spade a spade. I'm not going for you. Ghana Bango Kanoke just no runner. The Bango Kano from the bottom of our heart. Let's love the country from the bottom of our heart. Because we need hype. You think that is good for you. Remember, you are a youngster. If people respect you, respect them. The way you guys speak, we can speak like that. The kind of arrogance in you people, we can also be arrogant like that. We can also be arrogant like that. You can also be arrogant like the way you people have been arrogant. You cannot deal with diablo almond ibukalo be diamo fon la jami. But Jumala Bafolo, it is a party momento. It is the party you are not. Come on. Yellow, I don't want to go to that level. But because like that, now let's have a go to the media house or you have picked wrong and they will know. I told you I've been a well Banco Doko. You think that is what is Banco Doko? You have to work for it. When do you last to go and engage your people about your party from? It is where you even come from, your ward or your village. When was the last time you engaged your village members and talk to them about your party? When was that? When was the time you even engage in in political activities? You are telling us, when you do coalition, blah blah blah. What are you telling us? But Gambians have to be serious. Look, remember for Gambian ko moma mara mola jang. Anu momo yalo noko, ite killing yalo noko bi banko be batamen ko. So when you didn't project melialonko, the among solar tela, among futu, musutable, fentable, blood change malabo yama, or didn't meron alkali danko. Because Bimba Tembo gonna be the way this country is. Being Banco Benjamin Bimbealo. It is for a longer be Banco Tembo Mencon. It is for a longer be the unlawful things so Meliano go live in Banco Kanja. You know the unlawful things, but you still ignore all those stuff. You ignore. You ignore everything. You ignore all those things. Imam Bankoja, but your head, because either you want to be a member of parliament. But even if you want to be a member of parliament, there is a way to do it. Wherever a coalition has to be, it has to be with numbers. Go. Even for example, in that primaries, the winner is going to be the person with the highest number is going to lead the coalition. True or false? So you are already seeing the right numbers there. You want to deny the numbers. You've seen the numbers and you want to deny it. You want to baffle people. I left like a more confusion. I left like a more mislead. We know your intentions. But who can never get willing to call? If that is your intention to Adama to remain here, let Adama remain. Let Adama remain. And we see who cares. Ni momo intention of multi tanko Adama Baro to jam. Adama Baro Masakunda to jam. All this problem can be for jam. Adama Baro to jam Samon Yaya Momo you could protest letter. Yaya Momo you could take a protest letter, take a protest letter. When you are the very people who architect division in this country. You think you are no? You think you think who is going to listen to you when you are the architect of destroying unity? But I believe your elders are not going to listen to you. I don't think your elders will listen to the likes of you. Because the way you even talk, none of your elders will talk like that. Yankuba e mile fala interview to me ya longo ila leader soul ma wala. Tell me. Because we heard from your leaders. Because they are they are ready for coalition talk, but it has to be this and this and this. That's what exactly your people said. That's what exactly your leaders have said. Ila leader yola. They were talking about parliamentary. They were talking about, parliamentary seat. They were talking about, cabinet seats. They were talking about, how the coalition is going to be. That's what they will focus. And that is what Yankuba will focus. Our stand is very clear. The stand is very clear and it's very solid. We are not going to be cowards. Bango Kuala, every one of you people in those parties knows the truth. Momo be party, Momo be party. With all respect to those parties you are. With all respect to the parties you are. With all respect to the parties you are, wallahi, small wallahi. You know very well where the numbers is. But you people are denying numbers. But last mayor's election woman from Kadajang. Atul last mayor's election woman from Kadajang. Atul Malo. Al Molo with blood. Now you want to compete with a political party Mayor is in control of almost 4 biggest municipalities in this country. Ito atul kal ko wole doya. Atul ko wole bula atul no. Atul ko atul ni wole si kamun kaya nyaton kaya kacha. Let us be serious. Let us be serious. Let us be factual. In makuku kala moye factual. Adama du moye to nyafo. Dindimbale muti. When people respect you, respect yourself. Yes, I go one year, second row, you pele kotenge. Yes, I go to the media, second row, you start being rude. The way you become rude, we can also be rude like the same thing. No, for us a clue baliano yamal. The first clue baliano yamal. Yes, we can also be rude like that. But I'm on Nefasoto. It doesn't have I'm on Nefasoto. I'm on Nefasoto. I'm on Nefasoto, my dear brother. Let's call it spade a spade. Ni moye bunya, ni moye respect. But all the time, they think they'll molla alpha disrespect la. Ebe molla alpha disrespect la. For no reason. Baseless argument. Baseless argument. Collusion is all about numbers. And now you see the numbers very well in your bala, you still deny it, and you have the academic qualification. You have the academic qualification. You have the love for the country, but you still want to deny the truth. You still want to distort the truth. Imalef Katonya accept. Accept. The discussion of leadership right now. The discussion is going to be, how are we going to do it? But leadership is not something we are not going until we've already set our stand. And each and every Gambians know very well, without UDP in any coalition here, that coalition is not going to make nothing. You all know that. But yet still, because of Jawea Kama, you still want to make sure, to convince people, because of hatred Kama, you still want to convince people to listen to you people. Alaji Bede. Because of Jawea Kama, you want to convince people. You want to mislead the people. You have like a more mislead. You have like a more feeling. Because of hatred, because of your personal interest. Because of your personal interest. You can serve this country in many. Look, I have no doubt, you lack the qualification. No. I have no doubt, you don't have the qualification. Yes, you are qualified. But now, what is the benefit of equal qualification now? And the family minute. What is the essence of the fight? All what you are fighting all along, you are not seeing anything paper solved here. Now the only thing, we reach to a level where we should be united. We convince our leaders to accept the truth. Instead of you go and convince your leader to accept the truth, we come together as one family. You still want to, keep us in the same problem. Because when it comes in time of coalition building, you don't look at numbers. You don't look at numbers. If you don't look at numbers, why are you telling us to select numbers and bring them into a primary? Mina tila salta mo moleko. Nimita primary la momo nya naka 70 samana 70 60 or something samana. What's the Mina what? Is that not numbers? Is that not numbers? You telling us to bring numbers, and if we bring numbers again, the person who is going to win there must also a farmer refer numbers samana. Numbers. And you still telling us numbers are not important in coalition building. Majority or minority is not important in coalition building. Hey, majority or minority is important in every coalition building because you will determine who is going to lead the coalition by numbers. What one must understand I better not be I can sing. I better not remember you. They still they pretend they want President Barrow to go out when they are down. If you do my pretending they are against this government because they want to get high. Well, if any one of these people, and they are denying the fact, if any one of them, they have love for this country, wallahi, summa wallahi azim, mukana nyolene. They know where the truth is. Some of them want to write more long, more hype, so that's what they want. But we are not at that position right now, just for somebody to be looking for hype. We are not at that position right now for somebody just to be looking for hype. We are at a situation, let's call a spade a spade. And no matter what funding banko bondino, especially the funding anytime there is protest, we always go out and do the protest. It are protest like year shadow, you do all that because make a banko mode attack on cookie. Now, after 5 years, now we only have 9 months to election. 9 months for us to make decision. Kajako, we have to change it by force. You cannot change it through a gun. You cannot change it through a protest. Nothing. You cannot change anything. We are only doing this protest just to make sure to alert them about the system. That is why we are doing it. Many system, many protest will be you know that none of us are doing the protest will be back. Do all the protest killers that must have never seen them. Nim protest killer do it finti. Any protest don't hey it finti. We are all in those protests. In the protest we want to correct the system. Now the system you want to correct, let's come together, no system on your body. But you be the very people, you want to confuse the people. You want to mislead the population for your personal interest. You want to be denying the truth always, continuously denying the truth. Come on, we'll look at numbers. Numbers. Now I'm going to cut the Many members going be at the end of it, we want to go to pool. It's a party of jealous of last presidential election. It's a party of deputy jealous of the last parliamentary election. It's a party of councillor jealous of the last councillor's election. But it's a party of a mayor election or a let's call it spade a spade. I'm not going to for you. When it comes in time of truth, especially until funding whenever there is protest, we always go out to do protests. Protest. Because of bad system, bad governance, corruption, go to protest. Because of we want to somebody, truth somebody. Rule of law, left away somebody. That is our fight. But that rule of law, you always want to bend that. Tell me, what is more democratic? What is more democratic than an election? Tell me. What is more democratic than an election? An election results, you maintain it. An election data, you maintain it. You are in denial of that. Do you think you will achieve anything? Election results, you maintain it. You are in denial of that. Let's call a spade a spade. Last presidential election, Jumale Sokonta, who was the B Naba Nyama, if oppositions are ready, because 50 plus 1 month of the jam. Naba Nyama, in a serious country, all the opposition will just get into the bigger opposition and fight against the incumbent. And fight against the incumbent. Let's call a spade a spade. Naba Nyama B, Amon need what primary retirement? It's a matter of us to come together, we discuss how we the kind of governance we the Gambian call. That's all what we have to do. That is all what we have to do. But not we all know from the last presidential election, the so-called results, who was the runner-up? Now 50 plus 1 in Bangkok and Jam. 50 plus 1. 50 plus 1, let's call a spade, and we have love for the country, not just only looking for hype. Not just only looking for hype. Senegal jang, Pastef. Pastef no jang, right now jang. Senegal, Pastef. Pastef le motombo ya London. Other political parties come and join. They call it a Gambian coalition. Do you ever had them going for any primary? Because they know Bankobe Lebulo. They know the situation Bankobe Damento. That is why they call them patriotics. That is why they command the patriotics. Gambian ko lankana so moyen nene. Funding ke lankana so moyen nene. If we have love for our country, Allah lo tonya fe, Allah lo hak fe, tonya hak. Wallahi azim, lilo tonya fe na nafabe woloto. Let's call a spade a spade. Let's call a spade a spade. But kukini zo fali. Ni al balanda tonya la. Al balanda tonya la. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala dolbe Allah ta'ala le bital solo. ndolbe ala taala bita solo but yomal kiyamati momo ti alon ne yem men ki yaki international men kama yomal kiyamati alabe momo click alabe ndolbe clean kitindila alabe momo clean kitindila of what you have put under the Gambian people. The denial ye Gambian call balimenna alabe momo clean George Lala because of your emotions, because of you don't believe in truth, because of your personal interest ye Gambian call samba kukurundina ala for the alman tankala ning atara al yeban toñala alman toña fasa ana baro sire nyim banko kan jam for the 5 years même binala all the difficulty Gambian ko dinga fon ko e mari alon ko ila hako be jele because you are the people million ko to lebo architect kan. So that's why whenever I see some of these young people talking and these people say they are educated it will quarantine. And I be like, what kind of, why, you live in a car? You live in a car. It's a quarantine. It's a betonal. But you still want to deny it. But your mayor Alonco, right now, without doubt, is having 200,000 votes lying down. Without doubt. But your mayor Alonco, right now, is having 200,000 votes without doubt. But your mayor Alonco, with them 100,000 from a but you may allow with them 50,000 votes from the last presidential election. It go the party may allow with having 200,000 votes. It will be all a condition about who is going to lead them. Let's call a spade, buddy. What is more democratic than that? What is more democratic than that? Kajako, me democrat, hello, Betoniale follow Noe. Betoniale follow Noe. Nimman tonya fo nyoy betara mini saran lela me tonya la fo nyoy go last presidential election patio meya lonko imam even 50,000 votes for Mosoto. With all respect, we respect them, we respect even after they have even 10 votes, we still respect them. Another country kese tanna be ne bunya ne respect because they have used their time to put a campaign okay more than fananjikte ya kato faye. We respect that. But sending that on the coalition, Diamo Bole for Kanjang, for another Kamuluta Koma. Nale Mulumuta Koma, Akoita Alama, Billa is Alam, Aladanilla. Momo Mulumuta Koma, Molmel be Koma, Alma Ale Bondi Koto. Alma Ale Bondi Koto. Ale Natin defend me along to Yabe World. Take all from Mole, to Yabe Diamond, Alma Ale didn't world. To Yabe Diamond, Hackbe Diamond, Alma Ale didn't world. But cooking is over. It's a Jawia baking. C'est balambaya beke ale men safi wonata bayla ale men safi wonata bayla bi iznillah to balanta wo imam balawo ale ya safi la belari anata bayla ba ala fanan ko sa se be wajama momo katoke be katola ke kam dol be kato nyina ke kam ba wallahi ala sa ale men safi wo belari na already ndol mu katala leti be katola ke kam dron ponka menjin ala bul pour ayke bo ala man jom fana yamar ñu ne ci yebul la ñokam wala na farla sallu lol nata wala na sungul nata wala na makatal nata wala na don nata go ala man jom da yana dunya ko ka ci yebul la ñokam ala man jom da ko ala man jom la ko ala man jom la ko ala jom da men kam wala minti ko membe mari na fala ye baraw kan. That's why mugasi shul kono nga finting kata ngin rola ba Gambian ko lu ngam fale Gambian ko bi nyim banko bi da kam bata men kono bi nyim banko be toro men kono nyim banko be toro men kono nyim banko be bata men kono alim fongo jibe bal dan alim fongo jibe. Let's look at ourselves. Alim fongo jibe ba alla jawya bula mbadi mulu alla jawya bula bal dan ali alla jawya bula alla jawya bula na bula tonya noma Allah song ala la ke ko wala Allah som Allah ke ko la Allah bula tonya noma tonya be dami do be ya long but be balanding tonya be balanding hakla tonya me ya long ko tonya me ya long ka larine moti there is no doubt about it. Alcoholita conventional, alcoholita primaries la. But in the primaries la, yesterday we were talking about numbers. Are you telling us now, let's do a national primaries? Bangu Dungo be a fight, who is going to lead the opposition? I left all. Except if you want that. Bangu Dungo be a fight. Bangu Dungo be a vote. But B, another time we do an online voting, B, about Gambia, online voting. Who is going to lead the coalition? Online voting. It is all clear to you people that UDP is going to win. UDP is going to win. But quickly, we need to be very clear to each other. I say this and I will repeat this again. Najim follow anumba follow kotankel. Niafo. They always want kalaf ke fan yinan de kununda. Hey Nat. Let's call a spade a spade. Nat me along go bafoka. We all know Nat. Me like Nat. Hey, coalition 2016. Let me explain to you people one thing. Hello, I don't know what you're I say, you told for any idea. What if you start a funny half? I don't know coalition 2016. Million and number of Ganya. Finally, I'm not because of UDP number. No. Now your coalition 2016. Adam Barrow a Ganyeta at the convention. Do you know why? My Ahmad Fati like delegate soul UDP called them. But we have to look at the environment. Those parties were just here, but they did not have any followers. There was no activity. Those parties were here. My party delegation will be UDP supporters solely. Go and PDOIS name form with PDOIS. PDOIS the delegate soul phone will fall the cut of the UDP. PDOIS name PDOIS. In a delegate soul, you cut out the UDP la. I remember in a delegation Milano, I know them. We cut out the UDP because we campaigned them. B, Nico party, you bring 70 people here. Alonco, more Milano, for example, each of these parties, il a 70 people, and you cannot bend them. There is no amount of campaign. If I will campaign the men. There is no amount of campaign. If I will campaign the men, and all of them, we know what's their intention. We know what's their intention. Gale IEC Moelle. I got 20, I got out of the 22 political parties, I think about 7 political parties, they will suspend them because they didn't meet the terms and conditions. They don't have the terms and conditions. IEC will vote for. So we have to be serious about this. We need to be serious about this. Nankara nanda ha nyo atakola. Amon na fasiro. Yalo, imagine someone na message yale moyon ko radio la kunde ko UMC galla bi jam. Left tele pro I mean left UMC galla bi na radio left pro ni di am. Pro left tele pro prefer contribute. Nga go no UMC will not register for ni register ta bi na di am ni ko. Nga ni IEC register lo me. Wolo national debate. Yes. Mon kumaya. Tout le monde kumaya ko. Alin la ñoma koy. Do especially ndol fondé kewol alin kana son yem alin kana son molié na nan kan yen hakilo tinya. Alin kana son wala. The higher number of population in this country are being youth solid. The highest number of population of this country are being funding 60% or 60% plus in banko dingol are being funding kewol. The funding will be into level they will play with our minds. They will start to entice us, give us money, giving us positions. 9 years, President Barrow Menke. This 9 months, President Barrow be just to baffle funding kewol. Just funding kewol. Just because I don't know funding kewol lele number be funding kewol. So President Barrow and his cabal, they will do almost everything to convince the youth of this country. That's what they want. But for funding, are you going to allow yourself, the so-called small parties, basically, they know clearly, they might not be even qualified at the IEC nomination. But yet still, because what is their intention? They want to see UDP down. Some of them. Intentionally. But UDP, they don't want to see UDP government. But one thing I am telling you, the youths of this country, in terms of funding, and many people, especially in Melbourne, these are my young boys, these are my friends, these are my comrades. These are people I pull with them every time. That is why I am talking to them. For them to really understand the future of this country. Ndolmandula so ale tol ni bonyum bankola. Alen kana so molien nene. Alen kana so happy nene. Na kuma kamulu. Almalo kuma kamulu be kafu ido det kuma kamulu nyi abe fenet nyakal. Abe fenet nyakal. Alla ke der la din kana ke tinya la. Like I said, for me, those who even went to UMC, I'm going for them. There are few people, I am going for those people and I will bring them, inshallah. There are few people who will tell UMC, I am going to go for them and bring them back to UDP because we want a united force. I will go for them. The reason why I'm taken because I feel like they have to be part of the change. Because that place will never effect any change. And UMC but they know they are poor, they know they are dole. They am saying dole, they know the truth. But that is why, you know what? Don't be careful, some of them will just go to NPP. Some of them will go to NPP. NPP down. You will not, don't be surprised. I know what I'm telling you. Don't be surprised. Yes, I mean, for me, I have been pressing President Barola development, not today. It's a, I mean, come on. President Barrow is not doing work. It's working. It's working. But now that President Barrow will do Kuala, if President Barrow is actually working for the citizens, for until right now, but feel kind into our life or not. That is the bigger question. Yes, President Barrow is still do okay. But you know, Gambian called the folk and yell every kilometer. How much money we are losing? Do you know that? How much money we are losing? This is the bigger question each and every one of us need to ask ourselves. The amount of loan coming President Barrow, your loan mental within 90, if you have to give him another 5 years, what is going to happen? Let's try to understand. We are the future leaders of this country. Let us not just look at our personal interests, but let's look at collective interest, national interest. National interest, and be national interest. We should be the people, we should go to our leaders, tell our leaders how they are going to form a corporation. And how they are going to form a corporation. No, the near UMC, I'm about to scale down about UMC because what I know, many of them will end up being an MPP. Yeah. If you listen to Yahya, that's where you'll understand the conclusion. Many of them will end up being at NPP. One, you will see the way they are criticizing the government. You can understand it. Many of them will end up being there. Even their leader might be end up being there. I'm telling you this. And I know the reason why that's going to happen, because there is a discussion also going on in their area. Because the reports are coming out very soon. You either join me or I block you. Yes, you either join me or I block you. That's how dictatorship is built. Dictatorial Bill Walter. Dictatorial Bill Walter. Dictatorial Bill Walter. You either join me or I block you. That's how dictatorship comes. Dictatorial Kanawanga. So
Mr.
it's high
Sonko.
time. The Gambia funding Joel. Nim protest kila janto la ka finti protest la. Nim tiaro kila janto la ka finti. Nim banko be situation men kono bi ndolem. So debe advice men di la ora o le go. My fellow youths, comrades. My fellow youth comrades, please. Allah, the differences need Allah put aside the focus. Let's put our differences aside and get focus. Nakarana unite for the purpose of this country. Nyimbanko tanya ro sama amuntola na party. This elders Melmeja Ali Basala is already an old man. Alai Useno is already an old man. Uncle Sidia is already an old man. Uncle Swabi is already an old man. All these people are elders. You know, they have done their time. Let us not allow anybody to baffle us. Yes, remember that's it.
Ayo, ini bare ko nyadi.
Bela man.
Ngai ifana nimbe jibe kanka jakal lanka funko bayo la muso dungo aka you understand a feel because if buka wato so ita ni haji swana dog wolem de.
Yeah,
So bare abemu amu banku koldi ama banku kelo abe dino fangala kono alma ale al joa alla kata kuala.
I mean, thank you.
Ibe men fokanteng people are with you UMC la kuo abala fa warta.
Yeah.
Bare at kataka kuo be kungo mendi walenko Gambia bi harma dingol Gambia ikainje Gambia bake a hasidi akasia because ndolbe alon neko separate ni latest survey menkete momo nyanda kela stand lonne African ol betenne itoli al neko itoli hanatra seprasman even ni pulling fanke political party dol fangol yalo neko itoli political party lole but they are not going to win. Ite UDP danola cartel, ite NPP danola cartel. So the best thing is narambe banko la soto banko be nyame ite mira le fan kongole be mira la merol men kata na call to anina pabi rol men ka fa wulo kono all year round. Ibuka fen soto. Nte mira la wala kuola bang coalition anywhere in the world. Nte ka nyinje Gambia damale wala nkai moy Gambia ni watin kono kaje ko. Waramai nala domane this is simple maths. 1 plus 1 is 2. It is very, very easy all around. Even Germany Germany is 50 plus in an election. But the first round of banda, then Molial and Jumala winter, then for the parliament and everything, ikata, they make a coalition. SPD ni CDU wala ka coalition okay mainly here in Germany. In a very very better example is that nga Senegal gibe because ngam follow ko Senegal a Gambia benna bopala kendu muna har ñaar e ka wala fo nga gibe Pastef inata ñaadile Pastef molbe because Senegal ya lone ko no batata le Senegal mo disaf kaje ko Senegal dunda men kono manyana dunda kono so banko leje ibe tata rally on behind Pastef and ya kemen kam apotale but Gambia bi jumalbe siring political party hande ka fo molen hani NPP UDP le wartat hani NPP UDP le wartat why not other political parties cannot come together to rally behind UDP kaje ko ngabonyi masakunda jawobut but UMC ibe men focal la faka wala sembentu yandi because ya nte kay mom aka kenyen ni ku yalde nato ala en to bendi nyame ando ko la fana be bota kiyanne ngate mba badi mun ko la sola la kilinge dronga daha so but ya la ko be nyame imaje ala diamo fan kono ani Suleiman Sahola debate ni in kerefatu bayo molle me hakilo tuje bonta nga moy la interview nyin kono ako na ibebi talala baro kan afo jele
na afo jele
afo jele ha bon
mba kuntulale yalo
munta nga moy le mo jamal ma moy nak because munta interview nyin dia mo la
so nka jele fo mole and it's high time you understand. Let me tell you something. You see, there is no condition me along go wilson you'll ball no why they join the baroka. And I want Gambian to understand this. So what now it's high time now understand. Okay, for me, already yes, there are parties many along go they're willing ready to join UDP for the change. But even whereas if those parties did not join us, okay, my stand is very clear. Okay, the stand is very, very clear. My stand is this: we are going to fight. We are going to make sure we reach every corner of this country.
Exactly.
And we will make sure we talk to the youths from Ninkaolu. We will make sure we talk to the elders. We will make sure we will talk to every section of society in this country and inform them. You see, make makilim for the dunia kono ni ale yotombong o ale dunule kam o ale wakili ni fento ni ba kela ya yenta kelele anyama ni yake yenyo ke akola obula alabulu
no ba
satara ala ya lonko iye kata ko kele
no nte mutala bake kela robot la faka men fo wolen ko Gambia ika en sifaje han ma nta fala fa Africa ika en sifaje Gambia bake Gambia no ma fa bede na Gambia na Gambia nundo kebal na Gambia nundo kebal ye Gambia je bake bar science Gambia be namen ay direction o bulala Gambia no atetita barata monyo bulala ita mun alabe kairol nat law bankoka. That's number one. And number two, memu walen kontela nte ben doyata nyawnya fendem bulu nte manke fendi bari mbe na kuma kan dinne kila ila platform orja at aning mulmen political party dolto ya moy ndol tubab du tubab du nyawnya Gambia mun na miroti niaje ndol ba kino ninga molje live drum fana na kuma ningo fayje walen ko Gambia lem ndol be jang ma fa be bare mo jamabe tubab du jam bi ndol ka Gambia ndol ka Gambia la mira ngo Cameroonian ol be janne bayo ndol nin Cameroonian ol be janne nin Nigerian ol be jam bari askeno fan nka kodo men soto na doku dal wala ka sietol boy dol ka good living men soto jang ndol je sort no why because ndol ka jelo ko Gambia no na kodo hafo be mu suko no nin karo fata emira suko no lete ka fele ko hannata nte domoro ko damma be wala sot la jang ndol Gambia no ndol tuba ndol ba mira mo la fo Gambia nin Gambia no fana yo loy fanfe be batarinje ni amro ja fintle ka mol men ja no me ka fo nyuno etul yamera ko nyim balu sifa ka tara bula kam mono maten this is normal nyim man normal ndol bonna obang ka nim fe man na jam bi ntata fo mo jamal ben kono yejanding kaydol soto tubabol ya be tin amanke ko dolle barakatan ngamentu Africa wala amanke ko dolle fisara ngamentu Africa boda kedal tronko harma de nibe dunia kono ite bulala mo kilin no me yara ko wala nyanda ketla balwo falik iniyo lela ko nimba ko falinta guru abero soto bari ñu UMC call nte nge mutada me ngi bondi jele ibe men ko to wolen ko itol tita bar UDP kanata andung Gambianol nyanda ke hakilo tu ba ke tole itol yalo ne ko itol te any crowd pool in Gambia more than UDP bota dame it is better nara ko e banko leje imantre function kunkilin na fala let them come and rally behind UDP or ye murna and political parties nko alga Gambia je ka foko nga Gambia je kana de dato ngana nga la political party ba kan ko banku dol ka nyamen ko mbakeli na signol Senegal ya ke nyamen the past election let them come ka foko ha no numbers political numbers ni ajal kata electoral it is because of numbers like a bring the numbers like a difference in that so political party me warta ngana nga lekang akana ke hasidiati yang bonni sondomol kon nimma bonni sondomol kono ibe mbe balula wala nya ngafa na banko fa bayo I thank you very much mbe konto nambe mbe la alama ala e mendi Gambian ol nyaato ama ngayin kelo nga continue ala baraka mbe mobe ko nambe la vi wasol konto na alama ala e Cairo ke Gambia ni sawo mendi alama ala ya Kenya baraka.
Baraka Bage, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes. Yeah, Baraka Bage, thank you so much. So guys, Salo Sida, Mitala Salo Lasai, is almost 2 in the Gambia. But like I said, Banku Kolem, we will always do our part. In the normal Malay we're tiring. Like I said, we know there are problems. As we know there are problems. Among didn't Kalabanta or Malayalon Kalatila, Jamalaja Kalatila. Understand? So it's all about that. But like I said, I'll look at your mentor, Dipidea, Gulbo Dipidea, Agulbo Muela. Also, Dipidea, Gulbo Soro, no diamond, all in the Cofanata, another college, but no, no. Dipidea, Agulbo Muela Al Jazeera. Al Jazeera, Agulbo Muela World, Uncasuloya, Agulbo Muela Al Jazeera. We think sometimes Mogambian you people are intelligent, but you people lack the intelligence. Atole insist wala dron. Atole tara dron kalka molle haklo dom. Dibite atul bo mola Jazeera. Dibite an kansulu ya atul bo mola Jazeera. Ndala nyum fali. Ala sefe. Because the party you people are, that party, I mean, come on, we must be very realistic in this. And cooking level, yellow comment for Jamali Beje, no, it's very disappointing. It's very, 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 very disappointing. They know the reality, they know the fact, but yet still they want to keep denying the truth. So, ndoge ipemela niano esavero ke janiba flo ko bella lu niano ite kayite to savero you keep writing. You just keep writing. You just keep writing. Ite kayite to savero wrong. Continuous writing, rubbish if you want. But Google never you will ko ebe fenna kela kan ebe fenna diamu kan me ya lonko nothing can change that. You know, now if you people think on Tolu, our focus is just to win the election. That's fine. That's okay. But we are going to be on the ballot. But UDP is going to be on the ballot, inshallah. And however, the election might be, we are not going to score nothing less than 200,000. Alama. Inshallah, free and fair election. We are going to win. What I see, we win, inshallah. But even if they have 40,000 votes, put 40,000 votes. It's not going to happen. Except if they go and join NPP deputy. But no one to jump and deputy they couldn't even have 2 seats again. I don't 2 seats, but in the deputy 2 seats from my castle in Bangkok and 2 seats. So now I told the Gambian Toral, atul be gamenul ballal gamenul men command atul be balanka wala la for your personal interest ndala fala ala sabi market kansulo ya mu kansulo ya ndala fala jam kansulo ya jam kansulo ya fo ni kansulo kansulo siran lulu fo so jam o da yakatal kansulo siran lulu député ya those parties milalo dindingol milalo ko be servero ke kan ndala ya fo ko député ya même député ya ndala fala ala sabi député fulani ya so da jam ko to jam fo ya yakatal kansulo ya ni atam lulu yakatal throughout nationwide banko be kan ndala fole presidential election na kita jam if they have even more than 40,000 votes ni aso de banko kan jam ala fu ñu ala fu kurukuru 40,000 votes pour aso de banko kan jam wallahi suma wallahi abentaranda bari mi lekada ko Gambian ko le bari ko UDP le bari because ni ko kan Gambi ni ko ite amel num bimbe tembo men ko to nyame me laring ite ko taka UDP le bari man ta UDP bal kande e Gambia le Balkan Ibe Gambia Balkan, because you know very well, the only political party in this country, as we are speaking, is close to change. That is UDP. That is UDP. That is UDP, without doubt. The only political party in this country, Momo Yalongo, you are serious. Momo Yalongo, you are seriously concerned about the future of this country. Wallahi, summa wallahi. It's like energy you are going to put it. You are going to put it towards UDP. Can make sure energy la UDP la come for us to have the change together collectively. Now for me, like I said to people, I mean the legal coalition building, for me, for the benefit of changes sort of. I don't mind, if we can even for example, PDYS not. You can even give Ali Basala as the Speaker of the Parliament. And he's going to be a good Speaker of the Parliament. He's going to be a good Speaker of the Parliament. There's no doubt. If you make Ali Basala as the Speaker of the Parliament, all the reforms or lettermen that being the Speaker of the Parliament is going to help us to make sure no settle. I have no doubt about that. I have no doubt about that. And we can give them few members of, we can give them, some parliamentary seats also. Just for us to have a fair, a fair playing field, a level playing field, a level playing field. But you have seen the Fendi already. Well, they don't deserve to get none. Well, man, professor. Was I said in your cover, one professor? Well, volunteer. But yeah, they aren't part of the discussion yet because we'll move. They are left like a kinship less samananjang. Kinship, the Fayara movement. The Fayara monarchy movement, they only believe in kinship. Kinship Nimbango is not a king country. Nimbango is a democratic state. It's a democratic state. And it's going to remain democratic. So please, it's not going to happen. King where the queen is going to be the advisor and the prince is going to be the president. No, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Where the queen is going to be the queen is going to be the chief advisor and the prince is going to be the president. Hey, it's not going to happen. And I believe Gambians are never going to do that. So what they will look among that attire movement is not my problem. That attire movement is not my problem. I know what I know. Let me learn. But quickly when I'm going to do about the attire movement on your and my election go do. But then go do about it. Go do a back and insult the attire movement on you. Put if I law as the presidential candidate, go do a battle. I really pray for that. I really pray that the so-called Prince of Fajara monarchy movement. Nika duale yabula aelo kate fayola. Alunga nyimfana duana bekela pati kilim fulati ye kafuma. Ana bekela pati kilim fulati ye kafuma. That is always my prayers. Manga kachan na pali. Me duala bak ya Allah. Al kafuma. Mesel fana wat lokon. Me duala pour di Fajara the fire of monarchy movement me ya lon ko abi fon kan amon lo follow ma fo da party o lo de but alambi dana masaba masakallanke ila ken nyoning the prince nying be dana pour ya bulano ya makoyado ya ala pour ay lo president ya nyinola ana be kala party nim fulade ko ka famo alan ke dan wala nyim bodon sonno mo lo kono for the prince of Fajara nyim bodon sonno mo lo kono for the prince of Fajara me ayisi dan na you know registration ko de defem follow de bari mbe ala dan na men wala ñu ko ye qualified to pour lo president ya nyinola la mel lon no lon la mel suute no jël panta wori on te ko wori la ko la baaj ndela fight with them is just coming namul me dal ko la take mislead to inform those people the party supporters of the Democratic Party call inform